Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. There's been a lot of technical things going wrong today. That's from this side. They had flash floods and stuff like that. So apologize, apologize for the delay. But we are here. Now, let's engage in Power Book 3. If it's important, then text me. Scoochie. Charles Brown. We're here to talk about Power Book 2. Season 3, which is a stupid name. I wouldn't call it Power Book 2 because now when you go into seasons, it's going to be, so is it 3, is it 2, and it's Power 3, Season 3, there's 3, 2, 5. It's so stupid. But the show should have been called Power Ghost. Season 1, Ghost. Season 2. Should not have been Book 2, Book 3, Book 4. That didn't need to be added. But we understand why they put we know how they put all this into play. So we'll move on from there. Okay. Yeah, my godson Gavin said someone brought a firearm to his school. 5 kids are arrested. And that's why he was calling me earlier. But I'm in the middle of working and doing all these videos. I was going to call him back. B. Deezy, did you say season 3 is better writing? Let's get into this right now because they're going to sabotage the views. Stars don't like me for some reason. I don't know what I did wrong. I was guessing too much of their script. Because I was guessing too much of their script. That's why I got to this. So it has gotten so crazy right now in this ridiculous show. I thought season 2 was bad. Season 3 is way beyond anything you could ever imagine. I can't believe it's already been like so many episodes in season 3. We're at Stansfield, right? Where they just had a guy who admitted he was a drug dealer. They just lost Zeke, right? Let's start there. They lost Zeke. Kane is searching for a connect. They're out of dope. The dad killed Zeke, and now he's trying to walk around Lorenzo, and he's trying to figure out a way to get Mary J. Blige character, and basically to accept what's going on. To show you how stupid this is, you got a cop who's just for no reason basically suspended, everything just he's all of a sudden stalking a dead case that's already been called and ruled a suicide, but he wants to continuously stalk this case. You got that guy running around, so he has no point. The show has nothing going for it. It's like a dead end, and it just keeps going down the dead end road. Braden gets a job at his family's company, the Weston's Holdings, right? So now he's just, he don't go to jail. There's no jail time. He gets full immunity. He gets a job at Weston Holdings. Tariq, who's on trial for murder. First of all, the fact that this woman still has a case and a job. She had Tasha St. Patrick as the murderer. That didn't work out for her. Got humiliated. Had all this evidence on Tasha, supposedly. Failed there. Then tried to get Tariq as the one who killed a cop he never knew. That failed based on a badge being found in a damn room. So who killed the cop? Does anyone ever figure that out? Did they even go down the road of what happened to the cop that was fished up out of the river? Who's put that together? Please, somebody. They never solved the case. They never come up with a reason of a sane reason of why the cop's badge was in the damn dorm. So they never solved this cop's murder. One. Two, this kid, Braylon, right, just admitted he was the drug dealer on campus. And no one thought to investigate him for the murder. What happened to the jewelry store robberies? What he did with his mask off in front of the security cameras? Let me guess. Weston Holdings covered all that up too. We have to assume. Tate, who's one of the only characters on there that's worth the damn, they just wasting him. Method Man as the lawyer. Great job as the lawyer. He was the only promise in the series. Next to Sax. Him and Sax working together, great. Now, you got Sax trying to work against him. Like he's still a cop. And Method Man's character now is just subservient to Tariq and Monet. Davis McLean would not be doing this. No, that's not happening anymore. Because they could do that down the road. Now, let's keep the focus right where it belongs, which is on this network. Okay? Let's keep the focus right here. No, because this season is so stupid. So when the show comes on, they need a new connect, right? Then they have this mystery woman come out of nowhere saying that she was the one that was supposed to get married to Mecca, and she wants to know who killed Mecca. And Mecca was working for me. So this takes away all of season two. Mecca wanting Monet, and we're gonna run off together. Why would Mecca run off together with Monet in season two if this woman that was the ring for her and all that? Wouldn't he know that this woman would kill her, those kids, Mecca, and everybody else? Hmm? I'm just saying. That's what you call sloppy writing. Of course, Fifth ain't around. This is crazy. None of it's believable. All of it does is just ruins everything that you didn't set up in your other ridiculous season. All I can say is season two was better than one. Season one. And season three is turning out to be one of the worst seasons ever. Somebody said the writing is better. I have not seen it. Everything is so blatant and all the characters go nowhere. Mary J. Blige's character is to be mourning Zeke for a couple of episodes. Fine, I ain't gonna be right till somebody make it right with Zeke. And she ain't talking to her daughter. So they have basically no time together on the screen. And she's still with Lorenzo. So now they convince, and of course, the first episode, they get caught in the penthouse of Mecca. The feds made that available to see who moves in it, which is entrapment. It's like, oh, he gave you that property. It belonged to Zeke since he's the son of Ezekiel Cross. You know, it goes to Zeke, so it goes to you. So now they can entrap them to live in it. So now that that's his, so now they got the penthouse. So now they can separate the space for the characters. Lorenzo wants to make his first son, well, the son that his favorite son, the boss of the family because he's smarter, in his words, not Cain. And what ends up happening is that Drew, all he wants to do is go and sleep with dudes. Seems to be his arc, is to go on grinder apps and go find Elliot. You still sleeping with Elliot? None of this would be accepted in this world ever. Drew would have had to cut that out or get popped. That's what would happen in real life. But let's stick with this uh, PC version of power. Now, Effie is now, of course, we know since last season because the writing is like they wrote it in a big bold marker Kane has feelings for Effie and want Effie to be with him and leave Tyreek. And he keeps working on Effie. Like, please. We can't see this coming. So Lorenzo's been ordered to look into Zeke's killer. Why would anybody say they're looking into Zeke's killer when there was a shootout going on and, you know, at all these locations with Mecca's people? Jen just called me. So she's probably going to tell me what Gavin just called and told me. Well, he texted to me. No, the classroom scene is good. I mean, I like seeing the classroom scenes. The first 3 episodes of Power is better than the entire BMF season 2. Go take a nap, and you got up too early, buddy. You didn't get enough sleep. Go back to sleep. Now, let's go into this. He's like, I didn't even know Power was back on. Yeah, you must have been really high. No, let's just get into this because I wanted to go across it. So we're having a super storm over here right now. Now, Tyreek, Brayton, they divvying up the product to push. So Lorenzo's trying to set his plans in motion, right? And the plan is we got to get Mary J. Blige's character off the trail because he's the one that killed Zeke. So now he's pushing Kane to find out. And now we got to dig into Theo Rollins' case. I thought Theo Rollins was Redman. Till I saw this guy come out. I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't Redman playing his brother? Who was this new guy? I'm like, where's Redman? So now Sachs is on the trail, supposedly working for the cops, who's doing the dumbest job in the history of the dumbest jobs. And I don't know what to tell you. Then at the end of all this, right? No. I know where this is going. But let's stay with where we are, right? So now the girl, Lauren, we found out how she survives. She was in a car and got thrown into the water to make it look like she fell asleep at the wheel and she went into the river. Effie set it up to make it look like that. Then some guy walking by found her while he was walking his dog and saved her life. So now they call 911, save this girl's life. And it's just sad. I'm so drained out of this. Where's Tariq's character going? Oh, he talked to the black guy. He's working at Whitman's Holdings of Weston Holdings, right? Effie's going to jail. You think Effie going to jail is the biggest problem? The only person they have some evidence on is Effie. That's it. How is the FBI on this case? All these movers and shakers are going into this place. They supposedly surveillancing this place, but got nothing on surveillance. Then, then you have the situation where let me go down the stupid list. Okay, you have a situation where you have all these bodies and nobody's adding anything up. You bring in this mystery guy who's gonna extort Tariq and Brayden. Like, I know because I created Course Correct and I want my money. Hello. If these are people who are involved in a drug world and they were selling drugs and knew it was something for drugs, why do you feel you can be touched? What did this guy have on him besides him saying, I'm gonna go tell? Who's protecting him? He don't have any bodyguards. He don't have anything. He just got money and he's just telling him, if you don't pay me, I'm gonna tell on you. Okay. Now you can't. Oh, we just needed somebody to die. Because this is power. Jesus Christ. That goes nowhere. So that scene goes absolutely nowhere, does nothing for the show whatsoever. But no, it don't stop. It don't stop. So for somebody to be moving weight, they always broke. Now they have all this stuff where they could flood the whole city with work. But they don't have any soldiers. Then the other stupid dumb thing is, didn't that detective who was in The first season of Power, who basically let Dre go on the streets, only to get himself caught again and brought back to jail so that he can get murdered when he was supposed to be in custody. She found a judge to let him go, Detective Ramirez or something, who always seemed to talk with her mouth closed. She sounds ridiculous. Tariq St. Patrick. I mean, oh my God. She gets on my nerves with that. Don't she have Tariq on tape, security tape, in the lobby of the building the same day and time this man was murdered? Tariq, who just got off a trial for murder, is in the same lobby. What is his motivation to being there? Because I'm quite sure there'll be an investigation into why he's dead. Why didn't somebody pick up Tariq and they got Tariq on tape? You would bring him in for questioning into the murder. You just beat a murder case. What was your purpose of being there? When you on tape, that goes nowhere. It just ties her into the interest of it. Oh, now that's someone I know. That's Tariq St. Patrick. I don't have to move my mouth to talk. No, I don't know how to move my mouth to talk. Tariq St. Patrick. Okay, that's great. Too many supporting characters and no main characters to build around. The show has the main characters to build around. It's too many people and with nowhere to go. See, that's the problem in this show. They have a problem establishing Tariq is supposed to be the main character, but nothing that's going on seems to be involving Tariq right now at all, really. Bear says Tariq got the tape. Well, where do you get the tape from? The feds already got the tape. Now, this woman who has failed royally on every case, how is she investigating this case still when a woman commits suicide after taking the stand that she put on the stand? They lose the case royally. Embarrassment for the entire department. She would be relocated somewhere and on a desk. She would not be somewhere holding an investigation. But this is a show. So I understand that. For the show, they got her still on the crusade. But it's terrible. Now, this woman who continuously fails, once again decides this is something that is epically needs to be done in a scale of the great proportion. What I did like was Kane finally getting revenge on Lorenzo. Kane getting revenge on Lorenzo was great. Let's stay with that. That was good the way he figured it out, but it was so dumb the way Lorenzo, for Lorenzo to be a boss of a family, the way he was moving was pretty dumb. Um, like he was acting like a child rather than a boss of a family. Hey, I'm not touching anything that Mecca guy brought into the family. No, did Mecca go in that store? I'm not going in that store, and no one from this family is going in that store. Mecca said, it's just like a kid, child's play. Now, yeah, because he set up this guy that comes out of nowhere who beats up Drew because he wants to keep Drew from going back in that area anyway, to get Drew back on point from seeing Elliot. Then he gave him a chain, and dude was like, I was out of the country. I come back, and all my homeboys is dead. But he keeps digging up more GTGs or whatever. And then Whitman, she tells Whitman that GTGs was the case. Monet goes in there and starts talking and runs her mouth. She's supposed to be a queen pin, but she's stupid enough to mention GTG or any business to this man who really has no case. He's finna be suspended. He's doing everything to get himself kicked off the force completely in Whitman. There is no plan that even needs to be had. All you got to do is go somewhere and watch this guy stalk. File the paperwork, watch this guy continuously do it. He's going to be suspended. They are purposely blocking anybody from seeing this video. Whenever I talk power, they don't want to hear it. Trust me. I mean, Powell, how they could have fixed this season, soon as the season started and that woman came on the scene, she should have shot Tariq, Braylon, and Kane right along with them on. As soon as they said them dumbass lines, we was his connects. Well, we moved it. We knew all the workers in the city. Yeah, we were untouchable. We was his force. We were his thing. Yeah, he couldn't do it better than us. We could do it, move it just like Mecca. Better. I'll be like, pop, pop, pop. This is the dumbest lines I've ever heard anybody say. Pop, pop, pop. The guy was obviously they're lying. I'd be like, I don't care. Just for this stupid lines ever. We can move it just like Mecca. Better. I'll be like, 1, 2, 3. Pop, you gone. Pop, you gone. Pop, you gone. Let's go home. Stop this nonsense right away. Yeah, now Kane wants to be the boss, and Lorenzo's letting Kane hang himself. As they supposed to, the new plan is we're gonna get the Russians, right? We're gonna rob the Russians. All right. Kane's advice was let's kill the Russians. We kill the brothers, put them out of business, then we take over. And they workers just ain't got no choice but to work for us. That's Kane's way. The obvious way would be take out their connect, then they got to find a new connect, right? Now, this Russian connect is probably connected to other people. It ain't gonna be one dude. I don't know what. I don't know who's advising this show, but a connect that deals with Russians is not a one individual ever. That's a group. What are they talking about? So if you took one out, they got another person in the group that could do it just like he did it. They work as a group. There ain't no one person is the connect. They might know, you might say, well, they know the one person. No, they know that crew. So if you take one out, there's still another one in that crew that probably can get it done. But you don't touch them or they'll cut you off and they'll be like, we ain't dealing with you. You have a problem with somebody in our crew, you come to us. But we're the connection. They like it's not one person running the whole the whole connect like that. It ain't like the streets. That don't make any sense. But anyway, this is a show. So there's one guy in the alley. Braden's supposed to do the hit, and all of a sudden, Drew comes up with the idea. We should just take out the connect. We grew up with them. We have a rapport with them. So now we can do business. So now all of a sudden the Russians come over and they look like black people. I'm like, you got this Puerto Rican dude saying he a Russian. I'm like, they couldn't find any Russians for the show. Not one of those persons look Russian at all. I've never seen Russian or no Russia in them at all. I saw like two Arabs, a light skinned black dude, and I don't think none of them could speak a lick of Russian. I don't even think they could say da. None of them dudes look Russian. Did anybody ever see? Did you see the Russians when they came in there and met with them? Did that cross anybody's mind that are they Russian? Does anybody here look like they even seen Russia? Could spell Russia? I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. It was that bad. Let me see if I can pull that up. Power Book 2, Russians. See, they got a picture of these damn Russians. Damn it, I don't. But man, I tell you, this will be my lowest viewed video. They will not push it. Stars will make sure whenever I talk power, they don't want nobody to hear what I got to say. No way, shape, or form. That guy there, no, he cannot talk power. Not anymore. I was predicting too much of what was going to happen, and they shitty ass writing, and they didn't like it. You thought 50 was still writing power. No. Well, what do I think is going to happen? Well, I think that all these risky moves that they're going to make is going to end up taking them to a different. What we on episode 4 coming up, right? So they got the Theo Rollins case situation. Sachs, all his big thing of trying to find, and bring down his lawyer friend, Davis McLean. He finds out that is what he thought was corruption really wasn't. And now he was feeling that way till he sees the Tejadas and Tariq, and they're discussing how they're going to handle Whitman. So now he sees that, he sends it to his girlfriend that he's banging, and this is so bad of writing. So they're going to continue the Whitman situation, and Drew is going to try to team up with his cousins, right? The Russians, to try to do some risky deal. And then they're gonna go think out of the country or something. I'll see that happening in the future. And all of a sudden, Davis McLean is gonna find out some information that's gonna lead to Lorenzo being the killer of Zeke. And once he finds that out, Monet is going to start her investigation. Then Sachs is going to start investigating into what the girl he's banging is really hiding from him. Because Sachs is going to start thinking she's hiding something, but we all know what she's hiding. She's hiding Lauren. So this is going to be a cat and mouse game for probably the next 6, 7 episodes. Right? Then Kane and them are going to have to kill Lorenzo, but it'll be Mary J. will be the one to probably pull the trigger and kill him. But Lorenzo will be murdered for killing Zeke. So now Diana will be on her own. That was her main supporter. Diana was his main support system, and that was her support system, as her and her mom really didn't buy. Yeah, they're going to collaborate with the Black Russians for that. Omari Hardwick is never coming back to power, and unless they pay him, and they are not going to pay him. Pay him what he feels he deserves. They disrespected him. They disrespected him. And when someone disrespects you like that, you might think so. He actually fell up. He's getting more money than he was when he was playing Power. You see, that's the thing. That show did make him, and what other people think it made him. But Omari Hardwick is doing major motion pictures and getting money from major motion pictures and getting his net worth. They were paying him 150,000 per episode, which was way below the standards for a guy who is, the face of the network. Everybody on Power is underpaid for what they're bringing into the show. So when you look at everything in its totality, no, no, no. He was disrespected. You built an entire series that's spinning off one character. You named the show Ghost. He's the face of your whole Stars network. Would any of you be watching Stars if it wasn't for Power? You wouldn't be watching anything on there if it wasn't for Power. Stars Network. Omari Hardwick was the face of your network of Stars. You use this man to promote your network. You use them in your commercials. You use Omari Hardwick, Power, and I'm standing there to sell your network. And then you underpaid him and never wanted to give him a salary increase off of his pay. When every other show, people are making 500,000 per episode to 750,000. Some was even getting $1 million per episode for people doing the type of numbers they were doing. He should have at least gotten 500,000 per episode. He should have. Fifth is already gone. Fifth is gone. His contract is up. 50 Cent is no longer with them. He's no longer there. Now, you might be saying, well, why don't he take Power and all them with him? He can't take them until the show doesn't have them anymore. The network keeps the show moving. They bought and purchased the content for these shows. Now they say, oh, well, he could take the rest of the show and just go to another network. Stars would have to give up on these shows in order for that to happen. And they have no plans of doing that. But 50 Cent will still be paid as a creator of the shows. So Raising Canaan and all that, 50 will still be paid for these shows because he's a creator. So he gets a piece of it. He gets a part of it. Now, but he has the freedom now to use on different networks. He just bought a whole studio facility. He's finna do the Murder Was the Case story. He got a bunch of stories he's finna put out. The Snoop Dogg, he's finna do the whole series on that. It's called Murder Was the Case with Snoop when he had the shooting situation when he was with Death Row. He's got the 8 Mile series coming with Eminem. It's gonna be crazy. So all the stuff you saw in 8 Mile, all the things that was in between that was just cut out for the movie, you're gonna see that play out in the series. That's gonna blow everything away. When they come out with the Eminem 8 Mile series, 50 Cent gonna put that out, it's over. Stars is stupid. Stars is dumb. You should have paid 50 Cent. You didn't want to pay Omari Hardwick. You didn't want to pay 50 Cent. Now watch and wait and see what's going to happen next. But now Amari Hardwick, he's getting his money now. So for y'all to think he fell off, that's just y'all illusion of what you think fell off is. Now his asking price and network is way higher than what he was getting paid on Power. They never let him direct an episode on the show as long as he was the face of the show. They never allowed him to direct an episode. 50 Cent was allowed to direct an episode on Power. They never let Omari Hardwick direct an episode. That's weird. It was like, man, people couldn't even believe it. They let, when he was on Scandal, they let him direct an episode. He was grateful, but like he says, and Amari Hardwick said it perfect. He says, once you, thanks Nene for the super chat. Once you become, I don't think he wanted to, but he could have. But like James Gandolfini, there was a lot of things on Power that happened that you guys didn't know about. Y'all want to hear about it? Y'all want to hear about it with Amari Hardwick? I'll let Amari Hardwick tell you himself. That's the best way to handle that. I will let Amari Hardwick do it himself because I feel that's the best way to get this thing done. So you won't think I'm insinuating this or it's just some rumor or whatever you might think. But Amari Hardwick needs to be the one to tell you. Because, well, when you're dealing with a company that has they have no purpose of sole purpose of trying to move you in a direction that you feel you need to be. He did not believe that Ghost should have been killed. Obviously, right? Obviously. There was different directions. You saw everybody's character and everybody get a chance to have their character explored, where they went to their character's past. They did it to everybody except for Ghost. They only got a little bit of glimpse when he mentioned about his father, like right before he was killed. No, I like the situation when he said that when you don't show Well, when you show people like who you really are, like at the end of the day, like when you first show them that, like you're good, people get scared. It throws them off when you never set that presence before. That when you actually show them that, they don't take that as, oh, okay. Now they take it as arrogance. That's how they want to play it. Hmm. Well, let me see if I got this correct here. Let's see if I can get this done where we can have it in there. Oh yeah, the whole world gonna be there. You know that. Oh yeah, this isn't StreamYard. So I don't know if you guys can hear it. Y'all hear this? Okay. We'll do it this way then. Cause yeah, on this PC, it don't work that way for some reason. You guys won't be able to hear it. Now, hold on.
Bernthal came in. If you got ghosts, you would have come in bigger stature than me walking in. So because I didn't come in bigger stature, that show, if you will, made me. It didn't make.
Uh-oh.
If you got ghosts, you would have come in bigger stature than me walking in.
Y'all can hear that now,
Because I
right?
didn't come in bigger stature, that show, if you will, made me. It didn't make me in my definition, but because it made me to other people's belief, they can feel away if they don't feel like they're being given the credit.
Mm. Now, this is important, people. Most of you are probably seeing an ad right about now. Yeah. They show ads during my life. Now, we'll kind of wait around a little bit till the ads are over. Some people got premium. Like I don't get to see ads because I got premium. So good, Daryl. You must have premiums package, and that's good for you. All right. So everybody's back from the ad. Okay. So let's get to it.
And ironically, I only give credit where credit is due. I am as good as the weakest actor. The show goes as far as the weakest crew member. And if 50 doesn't hire me, and I've said 50, you had to be hella secure to hire me. You could have been insecure and hired some guys that are nowhere near my talent. 50 learned that I was aware how gifted I was. Vern, you and I know how gifted we are. We think that everybody else assumes that we think we're gifted. I've learned that some people, because of our humility, think we don't know how gifted we are. Some people feel more in control when you come off like you didn't know you had the shit. Bernthal, I could never play one down. Let's go back to football. I could never even dress up in the locker room if I didn't know how gifted I was. Right. But when we don't come off that way, some people really are taken aback the day that you come off that way. I believe the day that I came off like I knew how gifted I was, everything changed. What was that? Not always for the better. How so? No longer was I in control of the faculty of that which they put me in control of when they asked me to play quarterback. If you ask me to play quarterback, then you have to allow me to sometimes call the plays. Yeah. If you ask me to play quarterback, not producer, just quarterback. I'm not at all of this notion that I was a producer. Right. I tried to get that credit. Right. Wasn't allowed it. Right. I mean, even that blew the mind of many of me's. Yeah. On a show not far over, you had people playing Olivia Pope, who are dear friends of mine on Scandal, Kerry Washington's, to be specific, blown away that I was never offered an opportunity to rap. Yeah, that's crazy. I realized, Bernthal, that our industry includes so many people, if not the majority, you're going to smile. They are insecure. Oh, yeah. So they don't really love themselves prior. Yeah, yeah. I missed that memo. Yeah. You might say, brother, how the naivete? Are you an idiot? Oh, I was an idiot. So I did the best that I could in an environment, oftentimes, Bern, that as much as I'm flawed and fucked up and insane and got some weird idiosyncrasies, I might be the most flawed and most odd person on set. Hello, you hired me to play the most odd, complex person. That's right. But I'm so secure with it. And many people are not secure with their oddity. And if you play the game, I know how to play this motherfucker. Yeah, okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's rock. Yeah. And that left a bitter taste in my mouth, which I've had to do a lot of work at unbittering and deciding this was par for the course. And I can hear Grandpa, rest in peace, saying, count it all. How do you finish the sentence, Bernie? Joy. I can't go at anybody. I got to say, thank you, God. That's right. Thank you for their insecurities. That's right. It taught me so much. I thought that, in season 2, summer hiatus movie, what was that? Oh, that was a movie called Shot Caller. I thought that in season 2 into season 3, once you meet a John Bernthal and he's that level of secure, what happens is you put your guard down. Bernie, I learned, and Carmi Zlotnick told me this, formerly number 2 in command at HBO, right? Next to Chris Albrecht. The story to HBO. There is nothing like HBO. All these streaming platforms, Netflix included, are all piggybacking HBO. Let's give credit where it's due. Home box office was different. It was groundbreaking. I got that team. They then came to stars. But the character himself was one of the greatest things to ever play I could ever play.
So, you've learned some things there, right? You see how he was treated? You see how he was treated? So, you guys are dealing with a troll. Come on. You got a troll trolling you. That's his job. Now, Don, the writer, is not a troll. I mean, I've seen him in here before. I don't really see him troll. He probably said, no, he said the ad just passed. Is that what y'all talking about? I think he's talking about the ad in the video. Is that what y'all talking about over here? Just going crazy about what AD? And I'm like, are you talking about the ads? That's what I thought y'all was talking about ads at first, and then somebody said Anthony Davis. I don't think he's talking about Anthony Davis. Don, you got these people, man. So congratulations. That's what I'm like, man. He was like, we got a troll in here. I'm like, what's going on? A troll don't troll. So then I'm looking over here, I'm like, and he was like, Don. And I'm like, well, Don's been here before. He never really trolled. And I was like, man, I saw that. And he said the ad just passed. I didn't even think of Anthony Davis or what y'all was thinking about. I thought he was talking about just the ad just passed. Like it just got through playing. So no, y'all thought he said Anthony Davis or something. I didn't. That was the last thing on my mind because I read the entire sentence. Thanks, Boxing Fan Times 4. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got a lot of calls to make now. So let me go ahead and make these phone calls. I'll get back with y'all later. And stars, F y'all. Yeah, y'all didn't want to distribute this video, so it wasn't distributed. So F you.